Hello and welcome to my channel. These messages are going to be for anyone with cancer in their chart or anyone working with cancers. We're going to take a look at the overall energy in November. I'm going to pull 10 cards and do a Celtic cross spread and just get an idea of how everything is looking. If you guys are new to my channel and you like how I do things, hit subscribe and comment giveaway down below and I'll get you signed up into my free reading giveaway at the end of the month. And same goes to my current subscribers. And thank you guys for all of your support and dedication to my channel, as always. Now I'm going to pull these cards, and then I have a bunch of other decks that I'm going to use to clarify, okay? So let me get all of these out here, and then we'll go from there. So as far as the overall energy, where you're at, your current circumstances or state of mind, the Ace of Pentacles, really nice energy. Let's get an idea of the situation at hand here. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles for where you're at with things, and a situation at hand, overall communication, thinking, trying to feel like you have all of the pieces put together and you have a good solid plan. Alright, okay, so as far as what led up to this and where things are going to be going here in the future, what overall is the best outcome, or what you're looking to get out of this, and your underlying feelings regarding the situation. Okay. Alright, let's get some recommendations. What can and will affect the outcome? Your fears or hopes in the situation and the overall outcome. Alright. So, with you having those two cards, I'm feeling like money, stability, home life, getting yourself structured, cozy, warm feelings, really having a lot of home and finances on your mind, as well as communicating, getting everybody in a good position in your life so that you can feel like you end the year in a good position. You've come out of some kind of difficulty here, or you're coming out of it for the energies in November, and so this has been kind of like a journey, that you've been just kind of working at. Things have been, it's been a really interesting year. This for 2018, it's been a number 3 year. It's been really focused upon building foundations and security and boundaries and just kind of drawing the line on certain things in life, and so I feel like you've done a lot of that already, and now Cancer, you're really trying to get into a position where you're just done with all of that, and now you're in a position of just relaxing, taking a moment, and feeling a sense of fulfillment with what you've accomplished and what you have currently. Alright, so what you are headed toward are a lot of opportunities, doors opening, feeling like you've got some potential for possibilities. You're planning for things, you're seeing forward movement in a lot of your personal plans and goals, and a lot of forward movement in progress. So that's really what's coming. I don't feel like there's any big cautionary situations to really warn you about. We are in retrograde, Mercury retrograde, until November 20th, so things can be a little wonky until then. Keep that in mind. If you've got anything you need to deal with, definitely deal with it ahead of time before any kind of confrontation develops, which is always a good plan to begin with. So obviously you are looking for ultimate success here. A lot of accomplishments, just you wanting everything to pay off and to feel like you've made some serious accomplishments. You want them to start, I think they began to come into full fruition, but you want a little bit more. You want things to continue to develop, whether it's money coming in the door. For a lot of you, it's a raise. For some of you, this is just that wholesome feeling of having everything together and figured out and organized and planned for the holidays. So overall, success and accomplishment, and you've got a lot of universal support to back you up as well. I think you're feeling that. I feel a lot of confidence in this particular spread. So underlying feelings, you could be walking away from something. There could have been some investments that you had in the beginning of the year that you no longer have now, and some of that could be on your mind, but overall I feel like you're kind of evaluating that you did really well with the decisions that you made, and where you're at today and where you're going for 2020. This is feeling good about what you did. And for some of these, for some of you guys, this is, you had to pull out some pieces that didn't fit, and then now you've got a much better, you've just got a much better result to work with. You've pulled out all the pieces, like I said, you don't like, that didn't work, that didn't fit for you, that just kind of brought it down, or was a negative influence, and now you've got just this really nice result that you can work with for the future. Alright, so as far as the recommendation here, I've got the Four of Wands. It came out in the reverse, so this could be an indication that there is some stability that is taking place right now when it comes to maybe some changed behaviors, coming out of some unknowing that you were waiting for some clarity or for some information to come through. But I feel like this is that whatever that was you were waiting for, that's what opened the door for you here and is allowing some forward movement for you. A lot of you, this, for a big group of you, this has a lot to do with work. Whether somebody had to be removed from the situation, or something had to come into, manifestation elsewhere. Because sometimes that can happen. You've got pieces on the outside of it that need to develop. They need to have their karmic, little cycle to take place, and then then your next step is now up to bat. So, that's kind of what I'm seeing is that you've been waiting for this, and now it's here. So for a lot of you, it's money. For some of you, it's family and getting things organized. And I see travel too. So some of you could be making a move to take a little bit of a vacation and get away a little bit. So if you have been, if you felt like you've been missing something, or you've let go of something, I wouldn't let the emotions of whatever that was hold on to what the potential could be. Because I get the feeling like for some of you, there's some pieces that maybe have been, were difficult to leave behind, or difficult to just drop altogether. And some of you still have that on your mind, and it's holding you back a teensy bit. And I don't want that to hurt what potential you have in your future, because oh boy, do you have some nice opportunities coming here. So just be cautious about that. That can or will affect some of you. If you're missing something, if I've said all of these things and you're like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, maybe you take a moment, meditate, just take a second to root into whatever emotions or stress or whatever you have going on, if you have any. And if you don't feel as grounded as other cancers might right now, find out what could be missing when it comes to either something holding onto your emotions. It's rooted into your emotions somehow, or with somebody. Okay, and then for some of you, for a small group of you too, this is coming back to somebody. Maybe you had to take a break from a connection with a person, and all of a sudden there's communication coming back around. There's an offer coming out. They came back. You're coming back. Something along those lines. If this is romance, I can definitely see, I'm getting the message more than avoid the person or situation you're missing, take some action toward it. Okay, if it's fearful, it's depending on the situation. If it's just fear holding you back, try to challenge yourself to take a step forward as opposed to backward, okay? Okay, so goals and fears, we've got communication, okay? We've got making that action, the action-oriented step forward, and that can be a little bit daunting, especially depending on who you're working with, okay? If you've got a very articulated person, someone that is, whether it's intimidating or just very attractive and kind of magnetizing, a little bit more daring, or something a little more bold and charismatic than you're used to, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like, don't let that deter you by any means, okay? Because you definitely have what it takes to step up and speak your voice here. Overall outcome, I see a really nice outcome. I mean, if this is a relationship, I do see some really nice, fiery, passionate, sexy energy and forward movement. This is taking action forward here, and it's very passionate. So I don't see anything to tell me to stop you from making that forward movement by any means. Okay, so this is a good this is a good positive indication of an adventure of some kind that you're beginning. So don't hesitate. Very nice. All right, so let's get an idea of what you need to know as far as what to do moving forward. Joy and delight. At the bottom of the deck, have faith. It's important, I think, to show you. I'm going to take the top one because that's the one I'm feeling. Simple acts of kindness energize you and brings happiness to those around you. All right. What do you need? Be willing to accept support and physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So, yeah, I really felt that fuzzy, warm feeling. So however that applies to you, I feel that being a highlight this month and it being a good one. All right, what can you do to bring in more of what you're looking for this month? All right, hold your center. So yeah, hold your ground, meditate, find where that center is, whether it's the center of a problem or holding the center of a great feeling you have at the moment. Whichever it is, make sure you're holding on to that. Very nice energy. What can you do to bring more of what you're wanting? Integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love within every action. So, continuing to do that, continuing to stay within your integrity, holding your ground, building those foundations, sticking to your guns with everything. That's really, you've made so many good decisions. It's going to keep moving in that direction. So just keep doing what you've been doing. You've got some very, very positive cards here going into November. So if you, and I wanted to pull a chakra card for you guys and see, holy moly, where you're at with that. So throat chakra, we've got listening. And spiritual awakening, we've got the crown chakra. So throat chakra, crown chakra. Looks like we've got good communication, and I do see that. I mean, that was one of the first cards that came out as far as your situation, or it could be just your challenge is to communicate and take action. Okay? Crown chakra, a little bit of a blockage there, so send some self-love to that crown chakra, and, make sure you're just really thinking about that confidence of that I am presence and being able to be very strong in that energy of your energy and moving forward here with strength and faith and knowing that the universe has your back, okay? If any of you are interested in a chakra assessment or a clearing, let me know. All that information, guys, along with my specials, if you're interested in a membership, any of that kind of jazz, all that's down below. But if you're wanting to get ideas on how to clear that chakra, please reach out and let me know. So overall, guys, really positive reading. I like it. If you're interested in finding out about your situation, let me know. Otherwise, much love and have a great month.